Hey guys, welcome back to Socrates Jones, Pro Philosopher, everybody's favorite browser-based educational Phoenix Wright clone. End of the road, chapter 6. Ah, that's really fucking loud. Turning my shit down. It's quite a spirit from Socrates. It's been such a long time. I always say that. I don't even remember if I've done this bit on camera recording. Well, regardless, that was quite a spirited performance, Socrates. Who would have thought an accountant from New York would turn out to be such a great debater? Thank you, Arbiter. I believe Frederick Nietzsche has volunteered to discuss his ideas with you next. A prominent, if sometimes paradoxical thinker, he's often quoted by the angsty teens of your era. It's true. Give me a moment and I'll retrieve him. Of course. You okay, Ari? I don't know how you're still doing this, Dad. I mean, look at me. I'm getting tired and I'm just helping out. I know, Ari. I was personally hoping Kant's answers would hold up. At this point, I kind of think that the nature of morality is impossible to find. Arbiter. What did you say? Oh, I said I kind of think that the nature of morality is impossible to find. Huh? Interesting. Unfortunately, while interesting, that description of the nature of morality is also incorrect! What? Wait, what? I'm very sorry, but the rules state he only has one chance, and I'm afraid that was it. Fuck! This is some bullshit right here. What the hell, that is completely bogus. Agreed. My dad was trying to provide an answer just then. He was just thinking to himself. Tell him, Dad. Tell him you didn't intend to make a statement about morality. Dad? Ari, he's right. What? What I said was in fact a statement about the nature of morality. I can't deny that. I'm glad you're taking this reasonably, Socrates. You did! Again, the deepest of apologies. I hope you'll be able to make yourself comfortable here. Wait, Arbiter, before you leave, can I ask you one thing? I suppose. Why? Excuse me? Why am I wrong? Come now, your stance is full of holes, Socrates. Of that much there is no doubt. Aw, shit, it's on. So you said, but why? If I'm gonna be here forever, I'd like to at least understand why I'm wrong. Very well, Socrates, that is only fair. Allow me to spell it out for you. Presentation. You presented your philosophical views. Your premise is foolish, as morality has a tangible impact. The world is clearly bettered when individuals strive to be better. I see little reason to doubt the existence of some form of morality in our world. And there we go, Socrates. As you see, your answer is flawed to the core. I see. Well, if you don't mind, Arbiter, I'd like to ask you a few questions. What? Dad, are you really intending to challenge the Arbiter? Yes, I do. Well, listen, I don't know if you've got this, but, he's the Arbiter! So? Alright, you once told me never let an argument go unexamined, didn't you? Frankly, we both know that I know little about philosophy. For all my bombast, it's only because of that piece of advice that we've lasted as long as we have. But Dad, I like that you said bombast. We've encountered many arguments that look solid on the surface, but each and every one of them had a flaw. If we don't look closely at this one, how can we know it's not the same? Examine everything. There's too much on the line for us to forget that, no matter how scary our opponent looks. He does have a skull on his head. Well, not the standard skull that all of us have within our heads. He's in fact wearing a skull in addition to his skull on top of his head. Alright, Dad. I trust you. Well, this is unexpected, Socrates. I confess, you have piqued my interest. I suppose, piqued, whatever. Given all you've done, some questions are warranted. Ask away, but do not feel too hurt when you come up short. Fuck you. You've presented your philosophical views. Yes, I did do that. The premise is foolish as morality has a tangible impact. Question. Ask clarification. Can you clarify this? It is possible to argue that things don't exist when they cannot be felt. When an impact can be felt, however, such an argument becomes more precarious. Such is the case when it comes to morality. I don't know about this one. Press for backing. Can you back that up? I will do so in a moment, Socrates. I'm just pressing all the things, because I'm lazy. How's this related to your conclusion? It outlines why it's difficult to argue that morality does not exist. I have so little bar. I want to just say his face is ugly. I can't even do that. The world's clearly better when individuals strive to be better. I don't agree with that. History is marked by shifts in human temperament. Advances in moral thinking tend to lead to periods of prosperity, while flawed and disordered, the ideals lead to decline. Seeing this, there can be little doubt morality betters the world. I'm still not. I don't buy this. What do you mean by this? I think this is pretty clear, Socrates. Mankind is better off when held to a higher standard. In other words, when they adhere to the principles of some form of morality. This is bullshit. How does this relate to your conclusion? Outlines key supporting points, Socrates. That's not true. A lot of people strive. A lot of the history's greatest monsters were trying to do the right thing. What are you doing, Dad? I thought you said you would find something wrong with this argument. Did I? I actually have very few problems with this argument. That's what makes me feel like something's off here, huh? Yeah. All right. Question. Ask clarification. Can I clarify the point? For the reasons I've just stated, it seems more than likely morality exists. Question relevance. How is it related to your conclusion? In most ways, this is my conclusion. Alright. Press for backing. Can you back that up? I believe I have, Socrates. Back. No, I don't agree. Alright. I guess we'll start with this one. What views were those? Come now, Socrates. Do you really need me to outline your own opinions? I just can't help but feel everything would be clearer if you did. Very well then, if you insist. Alright. You claim that morality does not exist. Actually, I never claimed that. Can you back that up? Socrates, be reasonable. Did you not say those words yourself? Alright, Arbiter. I admit you have raised a strong objection to the idea that morality does not exist. Thank you, Socrates. As governor of this realm, it would be tragic if I had not. Do you see now why such an answer is insufficient? Of course, there's just one problem. That wasn't my answer. What? Haha! What you're arguing against is 2 steps removed from what I actually said. You've discredited the non-existence of morality, but I claim that the answer to morality might not be findable. Well then, those are essentially the same thing. No, they're not. No, they are not. I think we can all agree morality exists in some form, for all the reasons you have described. Even if it would differ for each person, as Protagoras would argue, there is no doubt that we can develop some sort of guideline for how we should behave. But that does not mean what we seek. A perfect definition for morality exists as well. Morality could very well be more abstract, like faith or happiness. Just because it exists doesn't mean there's an answer everyone will agree on. Therefore, I can claim a perfect answer does not exist without throwing morality itself out the window. An answer demands morality. Morality does not demand an answer. I can't believe it. We may just survive this after all. So as you can see, Arbiter, the argument you have built is a very effective counter, but it's a counter to something I did not claim. Yeah, for his counter argument. And my phone is ringing. I see. I apologize for the misunderstanding of your initial point, Socrates. I guess it's always important to make sure the person you're debating understands clearly, huh? So Dad's position makes sense now, right? Does that mean you can accept his answer? I'm afraid not. His position still has a number of critical flaws. Allow me to explain. Socrates, you claim that a flawless answer cannot be found. However, I do not see how this can be possible when there are infinite potential answers. Already, here you have seen arguments of many branches and its formulations. With possibilities so incomprehensibly vast, surely one must stand as infallible. With this being the case, it is only a matter of time before we find the answer. As you can see, Socrates, as long as the possibilities are infinite, the answer is findable. Interesting argument, based around a mathematical concept, I see. Well, you forget one thing, Arbiter. I'm an accountant! I deal with faulty numbers all the time! Wow, Dad, I just got shivers. So you already know what the problem here is? Well, no, but I couldn't pass up my one chance to make being an accountant sound cool. Remember when I said I trusted you, just 5 minutes ago? Don't make me rethink. Hey! Being stuck here forever would be bad enough without having made total fools of ourselves. Socrates, you intend to actually ask me questions. I understand if you do not, you have placed yourself in an unfortunate position. It may be easier to just admit your error. As if. Okay, Arbiter, let's rumble. He's a pretty chill dude. Uh-huh. I don't see this. Okay. What do you mean by this? Over the course of your time here, you've met philosophers with many different ideas. These ideas were not variations of one another. Often they would be entirely different beasts. So there are different possible answers because there are different possible branches. Each branch of thinking comes from the belief that something is the source of morality, and there are infinite things in the world that could be that source. When we combine or modify these ideas, it's difficult to imagine that we would ever reach an end. True enough. Press for backing. Can you back that up? I do not believe much support is needed. I guess not. Utilitarianism is a very different beast from social construct. Contract theory, which in turn is very different from categorical imperatives. Philosophy is as well with many paths of thought, so paths that many of them hardly seem related. Clearly there is an incredible diversity here. I'm not sure I understand. What am I trying to say here is simple. If we were able to look at every single pattern of thought, there's little doubt that the answers would be one of them. Back that up to me. What do you mean? Well, what makes you so sure one of them is perfect? Socrates. Is the answer not in the infinite itself? Arbiter. Yes, Socrates. The argument you're making here is quite simple on the surface. I can see why, with so many possible answers, you might believe one of them has to be true. Might believe? Correct. For while I understand the way you're coming from, I'm afraid infinity doesn't work quite the way you think it does. Huh? I don't understand either, Dad. What do you mean? Okay, time for a math lesson. To put it plainly, infinite is not the same as all-encompassing. They may sound similar, but the two are actually entirely different. There are infinite real numbers between 0 and 1, but none of them are 2. Likewise, there may be infinite potential ways to define morality, but that does not guarantee one of them is perfect. Well, come now, Socrates. Even if I can't prove the answer is out there, probability is surely on my side. Philosophical thought is so diverse, the amount of ground which is covered is truly incredible. With this being the case, surely it seems more likely than not that the answer exists, yes? Does it? Over the course of my time here, every philosopher I've encountered has claimed to have the answer to your question. However, close examination revealed that diverse as they all were, all of them had flaws. Come to think of it, that's true. Faced with a parade of great thinkers, all failing to accomplish the same task to assign me, my position only seems stronger. There is no evidence that the set of possible answers contains perfection. In fact, it seems extremely unlikely. Motherfucker! The fact is, the existence of infinite possibilities does not guarantee a certain possibility is among them. Any claim that it does is simply objectively false. Now, I guess I can understand the mistake. You're the ruler of the realm of ideas, not the realm of facts, after all. But as an accountant, I can never stand for such an assumption. Oh shit! Socrates. Let us set aside the witticisms and return to the basics for a moment. You've posited here that there may in fact be no provable answer to the question of morality. Yes. You claim in fact that there is no evidence to support there being such an answer. Why are you asking so many questions? My dad just said all these things. Relax, Ari. Yes, Arbiter, and the existence of infinite answers cannot itself be considered proof. I see. Well, Socrates, these are all interesting points, but I believe there is one important detail you have forgotten. The answer has been found before. Shit! The previous Socrates! You claim that there is no answer to be found, but history stands against you. The great thinker Socrates completed the task and was granted his wish. His answer had to be proved for this to occur. Clearly, there is an answer, and it is possible to find. So you see, Socrates, the answer to morality is clearly findable. If it were not, the great thinker would not have been able to find it. Fuck, Dad. He may have me, actually. I had forgotten about the first Socrates' exploits. If you found the answer, I can't really argue with that. Then, this really is the end? Now you understand why I cannot accept your answer. You agree that continuing this debate would be foolish, yes? Is this it? Do I have to concede? Even though we came so far, Ari, I'm sorry. Arbiter, Nonsense! Worry not, old friend. There is still hope yet. Protagoras, you pimp, with your giant nose. Mill, not just Protagoras. What are you all doing here? We have come to back you up, old chap. But why? Why, ingratitude is the essence of vileness. I can't. I gained much from our discussion with my terrible German accent. That was fun. Now it's time to return the favor. You're in trouble, and the imperative dictates that I assist. Helping a dying man added to the idea slate. Exactly. There is no happiness to be gained from watching a friend struggle. I can be most useful here assisting you from the sidelines. Good is happiness, adds the idea slate. We formed a contract to find the answer, and I must follow it to the end. We'll work together, adds the idea slate. Oh, what about you, youth hit bro? Socrates, and you, youth hit bro? My child, you are still a blasphemer. Rest assured, the gods will smite you one day. But, until then, I suppose I could lend you a hand. Being men, we are all incredibly flawed. Our only hope lies in helping each other. Mankind is flawed, adds the idea slate. This is so sweet. Thank you, all of you. Alright, Arbiter, I'm not going to give up just yet. This is deteriorating to madness, Socrates. But very well, I shall entertain you a little longer. Alright. Claim there's no identity to be found. History stands against you. Great thing is Socrates completed the task and was granted. I'm going to go to the end, so they can, like, talk to me. His answer had to be proved for this to occur. Clearly there's an answer possible to find. Socrates. Yes, Mill. I think I see what is wrong here. You'll have to dig back for this one. Way, way back. Well, that's about as vague as a hint as he can possibly give. Claim there is no answer to be found, but history stands against you. Okay. The great thing is Socrates completed the task and was granted his wish. Your face is ugly. Hold on. Complete the task. Stands had to be proved. Mankind is flawed. No, that's so okay. No. Alright. That's how to be. Did it? Question. Press for backing. Can you back that up? The story has been told countless times, Socrates. Indeed, it is legend in this realm. Scripture, even. Okay, I get it. Jeez. Ask for clarification. What do you mean by this? It's quite simple. If his answer had not been determined to be correct, none of this could have happened. Question. Relevance. How's it related to conclusion, Socrates? Okay, yeah. After all, it's difficult to believe these things are true, no? Without the judgment of the previous arbiter verifying that his answer was indeed correct, I suppose we would have trouble believing it. Huh, interesting. Indeed, we should take note of this, my friend. Socrates found the answer. His answer. Really? Did he though? Completed the task. Alright, you completed the task, but... Ask clarification. What do you mean by this? Many centuries ago, Socrates came to the current arbiter claiming he found the answer to morality. This was the last anyone ever saw of him. Press for backing. Can you back that up? Socrates' absence from this plane is quite conspicuous. Indeed, we've all missed the great thinker. You saw the stir you created just by sharing his name. I don't need much evidence to show that he was granted an exit. Question relevance. How does it relate to your conclusion? It shows that what you were claiming to be impossible is clearly possible as has happened in the past. Fuck, man! I don't think that it does. Mankind is flawed. Guess not. Fuck. History stands against me. Press backing. Patience, Socrates. I am about to elaborate. The evidence proof makes this ability's answer undoubtable. No, it doesn't. Can you back that up? Socrates, the original arbiter, was widely respected in this world. Do you really intend to question his judgment? Yes, I do. Mankind is flawed. I knew it had to be that on one of these. Arbiter! What now, Socrates? You claim that we can be sure that Socrates found the answer. Correct. And we can know this for sure because your predecessor verified its validity. Indeed. That's what I thought. Well, in order to demonstrate what is wrong with your argument, I'm going to cite one of my colleagues here. Youth Hippro! Yes, my child? Do you remember your statements on the wisdom of man? Of course. Human beings are fallible and vain. They make mistakes. God's... It's quite enough preaching, thank you. Now, Arbiter, let me make this clear for you. Youth Hippro may have been wrong about where morality comes from, but he was right about this. Human beings are far from perfect. We can never forget this. And as flawed beings, the answers we formulate will be similarly flawed. As a result, I find it hard to believe that Socrates really did find the answer. What? The fact is, as imperfect beings, we must always remember that we are flawed. The moment we go far enough to claim that our answer is perfect, we close our minds. Ja, this is true. I know from experience. I too have fallen into this trap. I can't do a Greek accent, I'm sorry. Indeed, even the best of us can succumb. For this reason, we must never assume we have the answer. But Socrates, the first arbiter, are both human, or human-like entities at the very least. Regardless, how do we know that their judgment, their answer, was not in error? You've admitted your fair share of mistakes today. There's no reason the previous arbiter couldn't have made some as well. You can't base the credibility of your entire argument upon an appeal to authority. Very well put, Socrates. Indeed, even I'm convinced you could have been wrong all those years ago. It's not me! Right. Arbiter, if a false conclusion was presented convincingly enough, even your predecessor could have made such a mistake, thus leading to the discovery of an answer that was actually impossible to find. It's possible that a perfect answer is still outside of our reach. So as you can see, you haven't proven anything.
Nonsense.
Fuck! Alright, Socrates. You have a point. I confess that even with the backing of the original arbiter, I cannot prove that the answer exists. Yes, I knew it! I knew it! However, before you go and celebrate, I wish to point out that you cannot reasonably prove that it does not. With us at such an impasse, it boils down to a matter of potential consequences. Let us assume, for just a moment, that what you have postulated here is true. Let us say for a moment that morality cannot be found. I cannot believe you truly understand the consequences of what you are suggesting. Let me show you why you claim cannot possibly be right. I just want to go. Socrates, you have just argued that we can never be sure of our answers. If that is the case, then there is no point of what we do here. We might as well give up and become accountants. Hey, fuck you. There's no way we can accept a theory with such horrible consequences, and that's my position on the matter. Not good enough. How could you say such a thing, Arbiter? You've just devalued everything we do here. There's no happiness to be gained from that. I'm merely showing the worrisome implications of Socrates Jones' argument. If you take issue with them, you should take it up with him. Winchester, I knew it! I knew you up to go good, my child! Trying to lure us all to your level, make us into accountants. Shut up, you hip bro. The Arbiter is clearly straw-manning Dad, distorting his argument in order to make it sound weaker. Dad doesn't actually want everyone to become accountants. Right? Of course not! Oh, okay then. Thank the gods. Arbiter, you must be getting desperate to resort to such tricks. Even if what you said here were true, the fact that a conclusion is uncomfortable does not mean it should be ignored. It does, however, mean that we should beware of accepting it. I must confess, old chap, I would find it hard to believe anything that created such an outcome. As would I. It would be foolish to jump into waters so brimming with sharks. Well, then I suppose I will just have to show you that there are no sharks, won't I? That the consequences of my argument are not nearly so disastrous. Very well, Socrates, but first let me issue an ultimatum. This is your last chance. My last? What? You gave your answer. The game is already over. It is only through my mercy that it continues. And your damaging claims are beginning to wear my mercy thin. If you cannot show why this conclusion is disastrous, I will refuse to accept it, as you once refused Hobbes. I find it impossible to believe that the answer would be one that made the search itself meaningless. So again, this is your last chance. Alright, Arbiter. One last chance is all I need. I'll show you once and for all why my viewpoint can stand. Alright. Okay. Oh gods, give me the strength to assist in this ingrating. Oh, it's so close, I can feel it. I'm gonna have to use everything I know to get past this. Just a little more. I can't let Ari down. I can never be sure of our answers. Question. Last clarification. What do you mean by this? I mean that you just said we've never assumed we found a perfect solution. Is that not correct? No, I guess it is. Press backing. Back that up. What did he just ask? Mr. Jones asked his opponent to back up his own conclusions. Again, I'm afraid so. Hey guys, I remember that one time when I pressed my own statement for backing and it was the right thing to do. Cut me some slack! Socrates just argued that we sure of our answers. Question relevance. How does this relate to your conclusion? I'm repeating your argument before I show its implications. If that's the case, then there's no point in what we do here. Question. That's clarification. What do you mean by this? I mean, I believe that the thought is pretty clear enough for me to wonder if you're wasting my time. How does this relate to your conclusion? It entails the central problem that your reasoning creates. Press backing. Can you back it up? Yes, please do. The logic that supports this idea is fairly intuitive, but I shall spell it out. If your conclusion stands, then our efforts to define morality have always been reaching for an impossible goal, reaching for something that is forever out of our grasp. This goal is impossible, and all our efforts toward it is clearly a waste. If your roads don't lead anywhere, what's the point of building them? Those points laid there, there can be a little doubt if it's useless. That said though, I don't think we should forget these points. I'd like to look at them a little more closely. I think this is the shadow point right here. What do you mean by that? As philosophers, it's our duty to seek the answers to questions such as the nature of morality. But if your conclusion is accepted as true, no matter how hard we work, those questions will never be answered. Press backing. Can you back that up? Supported by your statement. Stated outlook. Claim it is impossible to obtain a solution, or be certain of it at the very least. If this is the case, all efforts are misguided. It's not necessarily true. If your last conclusion were true, the situation all philosophers found themselves. Establishing it helps detail our futility. If we're going to achieve our goal, there is no reason to try. No, that's not true. Well, your face is ugly. The time has come to end this charade. Wait, just give me one more chance and... No, Socrates, I just joking. I was just joking. Come on, game. So when he said last chance, he might only get one chance to challenge. And now the game crashed. God damn it. Okay, continue from round up 2. Yeah. What do you mean by this? I mean, I cannot accept your argument given the consequences. Just backing. Can you back that up? Accepting your conclusion without drastic negative consequences in our world here, as I've outlined. I believe this is more than enough reason to reject your conclusions. Technically, you could accept, right? Yes, I suppose I could. Technically. Then accept it! No! Just because I could doesn't mean I should. We're looking for the nature of morality, and your answer is immoral in itself. How does it relate to your conclusion? I clearly define... I don't care. Yes. Why? Why is there no point? I already did this one. Never mind. Challenge. There's nothing. Let's try and make this link be accomplished. What do you mean by this? This philosophers are just against questions. Your conclusion is accepted true no matter how far it would work. This question will never be answered. Why is that a bad thing? How does this relate to conclusion? If your last conclusion was true, this situation with all philosophers... Yeah, okay. Like, claim it's impossible to obtain a solution or to be certain at the very least. If this is the case, all efforts to do with this guide. Fuck. I don't believe that. Good is happiness, we work together. Mankind is flawed. I don't understand, can you elaborate? Socrates, the duty of every moral philosopher is to create the perfect definition of morality. This is what we work so hard for. If we can't find a perfect answer, our efforts are in vain. I believe that all of this has been made clear before, but not as clear as it was made now. Well, must I really? It strikes me as fairly obvious. The perfect answer is the only answer worth pursuing. Perfection is indeed desirable, but jar it is elusive. Huh. Question relevance. It clearly shows how your direction harms it. Fuck. You might as well give up. Become accountants. Press back. Can you back that up? Ridiculous insult. Can you back up this ridiculous insulting statement? I have established that it does not make sense for us to pursue something other than perfection. Therefore, if we cannot achieve our goal, we might as well give up and assume a lower profession, of which accounting is one example. Not even know, but it can just make me dig at my profession. Is it really such an easy target? Ask for clarification. What the heck are you implying? I see no reason to get upset, Socrates. I merely mean that if we cannot succeed as philosophers, we might as well do something else. Right. But it's not a failure, you fuck! How is this nonsense possible to lead to conclusion? It defines what role we would all have to take in this brand new world you imagined. How frightful. Art! Stop it, all of you! Arbiter, this adds nothing substantial to your argument, and you know it. Very well, Socrates, I suppose I may have gotten carried away. No way can seem serious such horrible consequences. Why not? What do you mean by this? I mean, I can't accept those. Smacking. Yeah, but then accept it. How's the lazy conclusion? I'm completely fine with lazy conclusion. Ah! I wanna fucking fuck. Alright. Have I? Yeah, I have argued that. That's the case, and there's no point in what we do here. What do you mean? I mean, there's no conclusions allowed to stand. Pretty clear if we want to waste my time. Have to lazy conclusions. You just fucking fuck! How do I... Ah, your face is ugly, didn't work. Help dying man. Good is happiness. People work together. Further remember is flawed. Really not sure what to do. Oh god. What's the last one? I want to last. Sure, in this case, showing me some acts worth nothing unless we're able to attain perfection. I don't agree with that. Back that up, must I really? It strikes me fairly obvious. Perfection is the only one to say. There's no way we can have such a theory with such horrible consequences. Why not? I really just don't know what to do. Nope. Copy accomplished. Whoops. I think that you can. I need help. I'm in so much trouble here. Resume game. Fuck! I don't agree with that statement. People work together, the diamond faces ugly, good is happiness. Is there more? People work together. Nope. Fuck me. Actually, with nothing to do with protection. I don't agree. Good is happiness. What? Arbiter, I think I finally figured out what's wrong with your entire position. Have you now? Remember, you will not get another chance. I know, and I don't need one. This Arbiter is the end. Very well, Socrates. Tell me then, what is wrong with my position? It's quite simple, really. A classic fallacy. You're assuming here that a solution must be perfect to have value, but it's not the case. In fact, such an assumption strikes me as fundamentally wrong. Thank God, that's what I was trying to say, but whatever. Wow. I just realized that over half of us have facial hair. I'm not sure how to cope with my distress. Right. Anyway, perfection is, as a general rule, an attractive prospect in every field, but things don't have to be perfect to add value to the world. Let's look at art. Even works as great as the statue of David or the Mona Lisa are not without their flaws. But despite their flaws, can there be any doubt that the world is a better place because of these works exist? Oh, then as Mill would say, they're still good because they increase happiness. Exactly. Whether or not Mill's ideas dominate, increasing overall happiness is certainly one way, and imperfect work can contribute. But under your logic, none of these works would have meaning. That's the real disastrous conclusion here. There's no happiness to be gained from that. Look at the people around you, Arbiter. All these philosophers came forward with their own visions of morality. Ultimately, their views all turned out to be flawed, but does it make their ideas worthless? Of course not. The theories have had profound and positive impact on the world. Anyone in my high school philosophy class can tell you as much. Flaws and all are attempted moral systems and stand stronger than those created without thought, and the importance of this is palpable. Just because perfection might be unattainable does not mean that we should not try. It only means we cannot expect to succeed. This is quite impressive, old friend. Indeed, you may truly have it, Herr Jones. True, it is our duty to keep questioning, always and forever. For while we can never assume our ideas are perfect, if we don't just keep searching, we'll miss the chance to find something better. The fact that we can never be sure does not mean we should not hypothesize. The goal may be unattainable, but all the progress we made towards it is still a fundamental good. In a way, searching for morality is in fact the most moral thing you can do. What do you have to say to that, Arbiter? I say... Arbiter? Oh, wonderful, you broke the sovereign. Now we'll have to get a new one. No, I'm fine. It's just funny. Funny? Yes, funny. I realize now I have become arrogant in my time ruling this plane. I simply assumed a perfect answer was out there waiting to be found, despite the fact that the one I had found myself so many years ago was wrong. And to think it would be you who put the pieces together. It's humorous, really. It is, Socrates. What are you talking about? He is not wise because of what he knows, because he knows what he does not know. People used to say this about me all the time. Now I believe it better applies to you. Wait, hold on. You? Yes, that's right, Pythagoras. I am, or was, the great thinker, Socrates. What? Called it. You what? Yeah, I figured it out like an hour ago. An unverifiable claim, but there's no denying that this one is sharp enough. Regardless, finding the answer was my greatest accomplishment. I convinced the old arbiter I had found the solution. I even briefly convinced myself. As a result, I won the challenge. The arbiter gave me his mantle and told me I was to take his place as the ruler of this realm. I took it and became what you see now. But you said Socrates left, and you didn't immediately recognize me as not you. My friend, why would you go so far to hide your identity? I gave up who I was to oversee this realm. As Socrates, I may have been respected, but I also made my fair share of enemies. I felt that having found the answer, it was only appropriate to distance myself from all of that to better guide others towards the truth. Of course, once I figured out that my solution was in fact wrong, I became determined to goad someone else into finding it, never once thinking that perhaps it could be unreachable. In a way, the old Socrates did leave that day, but now I think you've brought him back. Well then, Socrates Jones, I think it's time I finally granted you your wish. You mean... Yes, it's time for you to head home. The both of you. I can't believe it. We did it! We actually did it! But wait, hold on. Does this mean you accept my answer as true? Am I a pro-philosopher? Certainly not. But your very own logic, you cannot do that. I cannot do that. I do, however, accept your answer as the best I will receive right now, and I cannot ask for better than that. So this is for real this time? No tricks? He can just walk through? Of course. Aridne. What do you take me for? Just making sure. Dad, do you know what I'm going to do the first thing when I get home? What? Sleep. Sounds like a plan. Well then, Hobbes, Mill, Pythagoras, Kant, Euthyphro, Socrates, Prime. Socrates Prime. I guess this is it. Goodbye, Herr Jones. You will be missed. Indeed, it was a pleasure making your acquaintance. I will miss you, Socrates. You're almost as intelligent as the original. Sniffle. Thank you, all of you, for everything you've done. An extra big thanks to you, Mill. Seriously, you're just as awesome as I thought you would be. I'm gonna miss you. Now, Jones, you're gonna make this old man blush. Let's not single anyone out, alright? Everyone here has been great. Except for maybe you, Thibaut. What? Now wait a minute! Come on, Dad, let's go. I've had enough of this weird floating architecture for a good, long time. Alright, lead the way. Fucking A! Farewell, great thinker Jones. See you again in a few dozen years. Nice! That's awesome. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed Socrates Jones. I'm not gonna say that I did. Nah, it was good. You know the deal. Like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll catch you all later. Awesome, he's getting out of the amp, getting up at the fucking hospital. Look how surprised the nurse is. Oh, the fuck? He was dead. It's beep. Awesome. Seriously though, guys, that was a lot of fun. These are great. I love how they have voices, but they only like each said like one thing each. And she's got a broken. This is freaking adorable. My cat is freaking out, and I don't know why. Maybe he's hungry. Whatever, doesn't matter. And he's trying on the facial hair. That's fantastic. Over half of us have facial hair. Billy dear, who's buying the repellent? Is that Socrates? Socrates is just buying the repellent. Now what? Whatever. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed Socrates Jones. Those little comics at the end were little pieces right at the end were really cute, and I had a lot of fun. I'll catch you all later.